Greg Jennings 30 yards down the field. You know, he gets cheap shotted. Then they don't call it. What they call it is the fight in the end zone afterwards. You know, I think, I'm afraid it's going to take something like that to get these guys into some serious negotiations with these final refs. And I'll take you guys down myself here. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate the show.
You know, here's what's scary, and Wade's right. You know, injury certainly expedited. You know,
oh my God!
I think that's bad. You know, Rich, I went through all the games in the monologue, and you went through all the games. This was not the first game impacted by the officials, and yet the league just turned a blind eye. Now, maybe this is the tipping point, but in theory, I keep saying this, if Braylon Edwards is half the receiver he thinks he is, then that should have been the tipping point and we could have won.
Well, you're right. I don't know what else it's going to take. I mean, if that doesn't get the two sides back together and get the resolution of what happened last night, not just referring to the last play of the game, talk about the way that game was officiated from start to finish. If that's not enough to convince the owners and Roger Goodell that we've got a problem, it's an epidemic around the league. It's not a personal vendetta against the guys out there trying to do the best they can. This is a situation where you've got people that haven't been trained, put in a position where they cannot be successful, and they're making huge mistakes that are affecting the outcomes of games each and every week. Talk to the coaches, and they'll tell you it's a problem. You can just see the frustration beginning to mount. Players in tweets last night, comments from players talked about last night, comments from players around the league that are speaking out, asking Roger Goodell, asking the owners to get this thing resolved and get the real officials back on the field.
Adam Sharon, Rich Gannon, Sirius XM Blitz on an all-fired-up Tuesday. More of your outstanding telephone calls right after Howard Guy. Save law and order for Cassie, save law and order for Cassie.
Sirius XM NFL Radio 2-minute drill. The football world continues to buzz regarding the controversial game-winning touchdown by the Seahawks' Golden Tate in last night's win over the Packers, in which Green Bay's M.D. Jennings apparently intercepted the ball. The NFL released a statement today, which said in part offensive pass interference should have been called on Tate, which would have ended the game. It was not called and not reviewable in instant replay. The replay official determined no indisputable visual evidence existed to overturn the call on the field, thus the call stood. The result of the game is final. On late hits, Tate said the whole thing was a blur.
I did not know what was going on. I didn't know what they called. You know, I just know that I had the ball in my hands at the bottom of that towel. I was just fighting to maintain it. But whenever, you know, the official got to the bottom of the towel, they called me with the ball. I don't know who was fighting with the ball, but I guess they didn't. But I just tried to hold on and keep the ball in my possession. And so thankfully, the single touchdown, once I got up, I called my guys out. So I figured something good had happened.
Multiple reports say the league and the Referees Association are continuing discussions today, the fourth straight day they've done so. Falcons star end John Abraham was released from jail after misdemeanor obstruction charges from yesterday. The Cowboys are working out former Texans and Patriots corner Antoine Molden today. A report says free agent back Ryan Grant working out with the Bears today, as Matt Forte is expected to miss another week with an ankle injury. A stunner from Buffalo as the Bills release veteran punter Brian Mormon. Mormon had served in the role since 2001, setting club records in virtually all punting categories. Mormon, who was near the bottom in net punting average this year, may be replaced by former Florida State All-American Sean Powell. A sports update at the top of the hour. I'm Zig Fracassi.
Sirius XM NFL Radio 2-minute drill.
Ron found out he was in big trouble with the IRS.
Between the state and the feds, I found out I owed $70,000.
Ron had no idea what to do.
There's no way I could have paid that off. They were getting ready to garnish my wages. But who knows what else?
Until he heard about 911 tax relief.
911 tax relief, that was exactly what I needed. They talked to the IRS for me. I didn't have to make one phone call. They just kept those guys off my back. And within an hour, they had it figured out. Done.
911 tax relief has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes and you're faced with bank levies or wage garnishments, or if you have unfiled tax returns, do what Ron did and call 911 tax relief at 800